Uniportal.ai now integrates with IT Glue, and in this video I want to show you some of the capabilities of this integration. At a higher level, Uniportal can now read, create, update any documentation in IT Glue. So that covers your documents, configurations, flexible assets, contacts, companies, passwords, almost anything you can think of. Uniportal can do it for you, all by chatting in natural language. So we'll look at a few use cases. I'm going to solve a couple of tickets, then I'll also show you how you can chat with Uniportal.ai to audit some of your documentation. So let's dive into it. So I'm logged into Uniportal dashboard. I want to go to integrations and show you my setup here. So I am connected to Microsoft, I'm connected to NinjaOne, which is my RMM, I'm connected to ConnectWise, and I'm connected to IT Glue and Paxaid. So that's basically my primary tool set that I need as an MSP technician to do my work. So with this one, Uniportal.ai now get full context. So let's look at some of the things we can do with these integrations. We're going to focus on IT Glue part. So I'm going to show you an example of new user onboarding here. We have mostly done this onboarding. So Uniportal.ai have here created an account, assigned a manager, assigned a license. It has assigned a bunch of groups, distribution list, shared mailboxes. It also checked to ensure there was a PSA contact for this user. So it has done most of the work already. So what I'm going to do here is, now I want to document this onboarding we did in IT Glue. And I have a flexible asset where I track all the onboardings and offboardings I do for my clients. So I'm going to ask Uniportal.ai to log this as a flexible asset. So it's going to be as simple query as that, as to just ask it to log this in IT Glue as flexible asset. So very natural language driven, but the nice thing is I don't need to provide it any context. It's going to get all the ticket information from our ticketing integration. It's going to get the whole thread of all the actions that are done. It can also fetch information about this user from M365. And now it's using all that information to look into IT Glue and see the flexible asset that we can create. So let's see here. So it has pulled up, so it has used some of the tools and has pulled up flexible asset. So it's saying it found an existing asset. So it's smart because this is a test ticket. So I have created a few of these. So it's just flagging there are some duplicates there. So I'm going to say, no, I want you to create a new one with the current details. So you can already see it's smart. It understands what you're trying to do, and it's going to flag you things where it thinks they don't make sense. So I asked it to overwrite. So now it says it's going to create it, and it's showing me all the information. So it has gathered all the information about this onboarding, and it's now asking for my confirmation, and I'm going to say yes, looks good, created. Now at no point I added any information about the user or what company this is for. It knows all that from the integrations, right? So it knows the ticket came from Uniportal, and it's going to go create the documentation there. So now it has reviewed all the information, and it has now created this flexible asset. So let's open that, and you'll see we have captured all the information about this offboarding, and that's nicely documented. And there are some of the other offboardings I have done before. onboardings, sorry. So that was one example. Keeping a clean documentation, you can track onboardings, offboardings, any security investigations you do. You can ask Uniportal.ai to log that in IT Glue, and they will come in handy when you do account reviews or your QBRs, and you can show all the work you have been doing for your clients. Next, we're going to look at a second example here. This one here is a ticket from a user who's not able to print. And this is coming from Acme Corp, another customer. And I know that I have a document for troubleshooting this printer. So I'm going to ask Uniportal.ai to help me with this. We may have a printer setup doc in IT Glue. Can you help show what we can do to fix this? So with that prompt, again, it gets the information from the ticket. It understands what the problem is. It's connected to IT Glue. It knows which company this ticket is coming from. It can look into that company and search the documentation for me. So all of this is saving me valuable time. Now I don't need to go navigate to another portal, search the right company, search the document, read it. AI is much faster at those things. So it's now doing its search, it's finding the documentation configuration, and it'll find the document and it'll surface the appropriate information for me. So it's not just giving me a link to go read the document, it's actually reading the document, reading the ticket, and helping me fix it. So here it's saying a job deleted error with no detail. Yeah, so it's saying it's usually maybe a wrong code this employee is using. So it's surfacing some of the information from the document. So from here, I can easily see how I will resolve this ticket. It also showing me what codes they should be using. So I can follow these instructions and go fix this. So that's how Uniportal can quickly look up any troubleshooting docs from IT Glue, correlate that with the ticket you're working on, and surface the appropriate information to you. You can also just here ask it to create a documentation. So if you have solved a messy ticket and you think you're going to see it again, and you want to help some of your other team members with all the hard work you have done, you can just ask Uniportal to draft a new document based on all the context, review it, and publish it in IT Glue. So that's another example of reading the documents, updating the documents, or even creating new documents directly from the ticket. One last thing I'm going to show you is now I'm going to just audit some of my documentation. This is one of the more popular use cases with our MSP partners, because now your AI is connected to your RMM, M365, PSA documentation. You can ask it to audit your information, make sure everything is documented. So we're going to ask it to say, can you check Ninja One for devices for Acme Corp and make sure they are documented in IT Glue. If some are missing, let me know, and we may want to create them in IT Glue. So all I'm asking it is to go check in Ninja for a specific customer, what devices we have, and do we have them all logged into IT Glue. And if some are missing, you should go create those configurations within IT Glue. So now it's going to go use the device search, and at the same time it's also getting configurations from IT Glue, and it's going to do a comparison for me. So it's saying there are 2 Ninja devices and actually they're both missing from IT Glue. So that's the gap we have. So I'm going to say And then it's proposing if you want me to create those IT Glue configurations. Yes, create them in IT Glue. Again, I'm not telling it any of the details. It's going to fetch all the details from the RMM, and it's going to create those configurations within IT Glue. So there are less chances of mistakes because you get the details and put it over. A human would usually miss some of the details or may make mistakes, but AI is much better at these kind of things. So now it's getting all the details it needs to create the configuration. It's pulling that from Ninja, and and it's just asking me for my confirmation. Server for my VM. And then it knows that this computer, this machine is it belongs to Dwight within Ninja, and it's asking if I should also connect it to assign it to that contact in IT Glue. So server for my VM, no, leave the connection. So I may want to later review it and then link it. So that's the other good thing. It can also link documentation. So if you added a new computer, it can link it to a contact. It can link passwords to that. And here it needs to create a manufacturer. So it's going ahead and creating a manufacturer. It can also create models. So all the relevant information is tracked. So it's going to do all the work it needs to do to successfully create that configuration within IT Glue. So all I'm doing here is I'm just guiding the assistant to do the work. It's getting all the information, and my job is mostly to review the information. So it has gathered all the information and it's getting my approval to create 2 configurations. So I can see it's the right company, it's the right details, and I just need to approve, and it'll quickly create those configurations within IT Glue. I also have handy links here, so I can quickly open it, make sure everything looks good, and we can see it created that configuration within the customer. And now we have nicely documented devices for this customer. I'm going to add another thread, and we are also now going to audit users. So let's say this time we want to look into M365 and want it to compare, make sure we have all the users documented in IT Glue, and we're going to even have it compared that to our PSA as well. So let's say, can you fetch all users from Microsoft for Acme Corp? I want to make sure we have them documented in IT Glue, and also they are created as contacts in ConnectWise, right? So we want to make sure all the users, they're logged in IT Glue. We have the right contacts in our PSA for all those users. So again, it's using its integrations. It has a lot of tools it can use to get the job done. So it's going to do the search, and I always get to approve. So it's not going to do anything without my approval. So you notice how much time it's saving me. So just getting all this information from the 3 different sources and comparing it, it's very time consuming. So here it has very quickly pulled the users from Microsoft, and it's now also searched IT Glue and ConnectWise to see what's missing and what's already there. So it shows there are some accounts that are missing. So this Robbie's account is missing in IT Glue. Break glass account admin, maybe we don't want to add in the PSA, so that's fine. So from here I can now again ask it to create the contact within IT Glue, and what it'll do is very quickly pull the information from if I want from Microsoft, or if I want it from the PSA, and document that in the right system. So it can do a lot. Let me show you. So finally, there are a lot of tools it has access to. So, and we are adding more tools every day. So right now it can do all these things. So it can create configurations, create locations. It can connect your documentation based on the relationships. You can manage configuration, contacts. It can create folders for you. It can publish documents. So a lot of things you can do all by just talking to the AI. So that's how the integration works. And yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching.